Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Grit Culture. I just wanted to make this point real quick, man. Wanted to put this on y'all minds just so it doesn't get lost on y'all, because we get too caught up in all of this sensationalism that goes on our televisions. You know, we have different sides that we take and different things that we're really, really strong about. And so we tend to advocate for particular things that we may not truly be weighing the consequences, you know, what could be implicated and what it could lead to down the road, right? So what I'm talking about is everything that's going on, all the bullshit that's going on over in LA right now, right? Now, as far as illegal immigrants and all of this stuff, like, you're not gonna see me crying no tears for them if they over here illegally and everything and dealing with ICE. I mean, that's ICE's job. That's what ICE is here for. They're ICE agents. This is what the people, especially the people who are crying about that, they're the main ones who advocate for more and more government, more taxes. But this is what it goes to. So it's like, what are you even crying about, right? But yeah, you're not gonna see me shedding tears or anything like that over those folks. They come over here, they know what they signed up for. They come over here already cognizant of what the consequences could be if they get caught for crossing the border illegally. It's like that in most of the countries around the world. And like I said in that last video, that's outside of countries that have particular treaties and agreements with each other. This is what you're gonna get. It's borders. But for Trump's action, that's dealing with illegal immigrants and ICE. Trump's action and what he's doing with the National Guard, that should not be celebrated at all. The 10th Amendment, when people talk about the Constitution, the 10th Amendment is there for a reason. Power should be left up to the states. Now, if you're talking about, like I said, ICE, you're dealing with those are federal issues and everything. That's a federal issue. Now, y'all let me know. Like I said, me on this channel, I've said this before, I'm not the guru or the expert or anything like this. So if there's something about this that I'm missing, you feel free to comment, but make sure it's logical and it can be verified. It can be fact-checked and verified. But people are simply protesting, no matter how stupid they look, and they're flying Mexican flags here on American soil, but they don't want to go to Mexico, right? But if they're citizens and they're here protesting, I mean, they have every right to protest, right? But if it turns into, you're talking about riots and shit like that, yes, you know, completely against destruction of property and all of that, but that's a state matter. That's a state matter. Trump does not have the right to overrule what the governor of that state says, right? State has autonomy. This has been well established. This is a state matter. Now, if those folks want to burn down the state, it's up to the governor of that state. And that'll affect, you know, re-election, the mayor, Karen Bass, different stuff like that. That'll affect their re-election and have all type of different consequences. It can lead to lawsuits, but it's a state matter. It's for California to fucking handle. And on top of that, this is the type of stuff that Californians have voted for. They vote for it continuously. So, I mean, I don't even know why you want to go in there and save that and salvage that. But, you know, of course, whatever. But it's not for Trump to do that. Now, let's talk about the consequences and what it could lead to in the future. I mean, think about it. We know that, you know, whatever side you may be on, if you're Republican or Democrat, like, when you advocate for these things, you understand that your side is not always going to be in power. And so now you've opened the door, especially, and we'll see where it goes as far as, you know, lawsuits against Trump and everything like that. And if it, you know, how high in the court it goes, you know, if they take it to Supreme Court or whatnot to see if it's all lawful. But depending on what the ruling is, you're opening the door and you're opening a can of worms for it now to happen to you for whatever reason. It could be whatever reason that they deem illegal. And they feel like they should have the reason, they should be able to overrule the governor of your state and come in and deal with whatever cause you may be a part of. Like I said, destruction of property and stuff like that, that's not protest, that's bullshit. You're only hurting the people within that city, within that jurisdiction. You're hurting those people. And they'll have to pick up the cost and pick up the damages and pick up the pieces. And a lot of those communities that happens to, kind of like the Watts riots, it takes, Watts, LA, all of that stuff, it takes them decades to recover from that. The economic damage that comes from that. And people just think, oh, they got insurance, oh, they'll be able to take care of it. It's a childish way of thinking. You don't understand how the world or anything around you works. But keep in mind, people that are cheering this and saying that Trump is doing the right thing, it can definitely happen to you. Like I said, never forget COVID. Never forget COVID. Everything that happened in 2020 and people talking about their rights and everything like that, when they told your ass to get in that house, you got in that damn house. That was the time to act. That was the time to act. Then when it came time for whatever their side believed, and like I said, I'm not on neither one side, but you know what I'm talking about, Republicans. I'm not in neither one of you side. But when it came from whatever the Democrats believed in, all of a sudden, COVID just disappeared. COVID disappeared. All of the instructions that they gave about COVID and everything, that went out the window. They could care less about the spread anymore. Because it's what they believed in all of a sudden. That's how it works. That's exactly how it works. So you have to stay principled, because the same things that you go voting for, the same things that you advocate for, it can come right back around and kick you in the ass. Think about, Democrats and free speech and all of that. And then they turn around and wonder when it's the same thing. Wonder when their speech gets taken away. And they'll be the ones, they set that flame, they set the spark to that flame. So we'll see where all of this goes. But yeah, this whole thing is just complete nonsense. People are crazy out here flying Mexican flags, but they don't want to go to their fucking country. It's ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm all for the legal process, I'm all for that. Legal immigration. Come over here the right way. And like I said, I've explained a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes, and why a lot of immigrants, or illegal immigrants, flee their country. Like, yeah, you can't ignore that, but still, you don't make the rules. You don't make the rules, and so you can't come over here and then play dumb, right? You knew what you were getting yourself into. They talk about splitting kids up and stuff like that. That's what always happens when parents, that happens here in America when parents do crazy shit. The kids get split up, taken out of the home, put into the hands of the state. It's what happens. It's the great culture. I'll holler at y'all later.